Crowd of reporters buzzed, light flashes, and Celine executive hovered nearly. Tong dressed in an elegant with a deep V-cut blouse, posed effortlessly on the showroom step. Jungkook stood off the side, arms crossed, watching everything through the sunglasses, emotionless. Or so he pretends. Reporter: Tong Shi, how does it feel to be the new face of Celine? Tong, smiling. It feels like wearing a secret you never know, you never want to take off. Reporter laughing. And how is working with John Jungkook name? Is he is known to be intense? Tong's eyes slid across the room, straight to Jungkook and his mirrored. Oh, he is intense. Alright, cold, controlling, serious. A dramatic buzz. But I think he has good taste. After all, the reporter laughed. Camera flashes. Jungkook pocket his inner cheek, tongue playfully. Maybe he likes beautiful disaster. Reporter: Are you too close? Tongue still looking at Jungkook. He doesn't like to admit it, but he feels everything I do. Reporter: Another reporter giggling. You are saying you can read John Jungkook? Tongue: Darling, I don't read him, I write him. The room gasped. Reporters wrote like mad, and Jungkook, he turned it around and pocket out, but fired inside him. Thong watched him go, lips curling into a smirk. He wasn't just teasing anymore, he was tasting. The glass door of the showroom slammed shut behind Jungkook as he walked fast. Fist clenched, breath shallow. His brain buzzed with Thong's voice. I don't read him, I write him. The audacity. But more than that, the truth is it. Footsteps echoing behind him. Thong. Oh, don't run away, Jungkook. I was just getting started. Jungkook stopped it, then turned it around so fast, Thong nearly bumped into him. The hallway was dim, private, silent, except for their breathing. Jungkook, voice low and sharp. Stop messing with me, Thong. Thong, playfully. Define messing. If you mean looking good in your clothes, I can't help that. Jungkook snaps. You know exactly what you are doing. Thong tilted his head, pretending to think. Do I? Because last I checked, I was just answering question. The press want honesty. Jungkook stepping closer. You flirt in front of camera. You show up in my room half naked. You whisper things in. You want me to lose control? Thong, softly. Don't you? Jungkook says, damn it. This isn't a game. Thong, then stop playing it. Jungkook, silence. Breathless silence. Thong moving forward just a step, enough to challenge, enough to tempt, and then he whispered, You say stop, you glare, you leave, but you never tell me what you are really thinking. He reached up slowly, smoothing down the collar of Jungkook's jacket. So tell me, Jungkook, do you hate me? Jungkook, horsey. No. Thong, do you want me? A pause. Jungkook hand suddenly gripping his wrist, tight, firm. I want you to shut up. And then, for just a second, their faces were inches apart. Jungkook's eyes went down to Thong's lips. Thong didn't move, didn't breathe, didn't blink. And then, Jungkook let go. Jungkook coldly. If you weren't wearing my brand, I would have you out of Paris by now. Thong smirking. If I wasn't wearing your brand, you would have me in your bed now. Jungkook turned it and walked away fast. Like if he didn't, he might actually do something he wouldn't regret, but shouldn't. And Thong, he leaned back against the hallway wall, lips colored. He was winning, but he also knew Jungkook was breaking. Thong, hotel balcony, late evening. The sun had just dipped behind the skyline. The Eiffel Tower stood tall in the distance, and Thong, wrapped in a black saline leather jacket, shirtless, beneath it, sat, his phone up against a wine glass, and pressed go live. His fingers brushed through his hair lazily. The wine caused his bangs to swing. Within seconds, thousands joined. Comment flooded in. Is that Celine? Oh my god, this jacket. Drop the link right now. He looks so good. What the fuck? And Adidas, Celine, give us this look. Dong sipped his wine, leaning back in the chair and gave the camera the smile, mischievous, warm, and undeniably dangerous. Dong to the camera. Hi everyone, you are loud tonight. He tilted the camera down a little to show more of his jacket. Just a peak of collarbone beneath the leather. Oh, this? You like it? He looked down at himself dramatically. Just something Jungkook made for me? He said Jungkook's name softly, deliberately. Well, he didn't say it was mine, but he also didn't say I couldn't keep it. He leaned in closer, resting his chin on his hand. Celine never looked this good, right? And within a minute, the jacket was sold out. Jungkook's phone lit up with the notification. Dong Live, 7 million plus views. Celine item 1189 sold out in 2 minutes. Trending worldwide. Hashtag Dong and Celine. Hashtag Jungkook made this. He was in the middle of reviewing fabric swatches when Minjin burst into the room breathless. Minjin, he wore it. The jacket he went live 5 minutes ago and it's gone. Stock wiping. Paris headquarters just messaged. They want to name the line after him. Cook said nothing. He walked over to his phone, opened the live replay quietly, and there was Song glowing in the night, smiling through the screen like he knew exactly what he had done. Jungkook watched it silently, and then end of the video, just before it cut, Dong looked directly into the camera and said, "Hope you are watching this. Jungkookie, this one is for you." Click. Live ended. Minjun jumping. I swear he does this just to prove you. Jungkook quietly. No, he does it to make sure I win. Jungkook went hotel, knocked once, twice, no answer. He had tried calling, no reply. Now he expecting a sarcastic smile, a lazy wave, maybe a "took you long enough, Jungkookie?" Instead, silence. The room was too clean, too empty. The open closet, revealing nothing but empty hangers. The bathroom light was off. The faint scent of Taeyong cologne still lingered like a ghost that refused to leave. Jungkook stepped inside slowly, eyes scanning, and then he saw on the bed the Celine jacket, the same one Taeyong wore on the live, folded with care, placed in the center on the white sheet, and beneath it a note. Jungkook picked it up, his fingers trembling slightly as he read. Thank you for letting me stay here. My work is done. I am leaving for Seoul. Urgent shoot came up. See you at the next photo shoot. Or maybe you don't like seeing my face anyway? Dong. Jungkook stirs. The paper was too light in his hand, and for the first his heart was racing. He sat down slowly on the edge of the bed, jacket beside him. For a moment, he let himself feel the absence. The space Dong had filled with teasing showers, life now empty. He hadn't even said goodbye. Jungkook looked down at the jacket, ran his hand over the fabric. It was still warm. His voice broken. I never said I didn't want to see your face. But the room didn't answer, only the jacket remained. The Jeon household was as lively as always. Voice echoes from the dining hall. Someone was laughing loudly. A little cousin was chasing a barking dog through the hallway. His grandma was yelling at the uncle to take off his shoe. But Jungkook, he walked through it all quietly, almost ghost-like. He gave his mom a faint smile, hugged his baby sister, nodded to his grandma, but his eyes went later here. They were looking for someone else, someone who used to sit right there on the kitchen counter, face swinging, eating strawberries he wasn't supposed to touch. Your grandma said not to eat those. She said you can eat them. I heard nothing about me. Someone who filled the guest room with shawls, clothes, face mask, and that vanilla perfume that still faintly clung to the curtain. I stopped singing in the shower. Why, you're jealous? I hate that note. Not better than you? Someone who used to poke him in the ribs when he was too serious, who made his sad world feel messy but alive. Now the new world felt hollow. He walked upstairs to his room, closed the door, and silence fell like snow. Jungkook sat on the edge of the bed, elbow on his knee, staring at the floor. Taung's voice echoes in his mind. You don't like seeing my face anyway. Wrong, so wrong. He liked seeing Taung when he was smiling at his own reflection, when he was dancing barefoot in the hallway, when he was pouting because Jungkook couldn't share his ramen. Even when he was annoying as hell, he liked it all, and now he missed it so bad it ached. He pulled out his phone, opened their chat. No new message. He typed, "Are you back to Seoul?" But then he deleted it. Type it again. You left without saying goodbye. Deleted again. Screen and stares at screen. Instead, he just whispered into the dark room. I miss you, Seong. I miss your presence every second. You came back to me all cheerful, wanting me back. But what I did, I ruined everything again. He wiped the teardrop that rolled down. I'm sorry, I was scared. Scared you will leave me alone again. I was scared. Yes, you were right. You affect me so much, Day. So much. Tears flew like a river now. No one heard it, but for the first time in a house full of family, Jungkook felt alone. The silence in Jungkook's room wasn't new. He is feeling the same way as years ago when Dong first walked away from him. Back then, they were inseparable, best friends since high school, first lover. Before either of them dared to say a word loud, two boys with big dreams. Jungkook chasing fashion, Dong chasing music, acting, anything that made his heart beat faster. They used to spend nights sketching, laughing, dreaming. She would be the designer, Dong had whispered once, curled up beside him under the blanket. And I will be the one wearing your dreams. And for the while, they believed it. But then came offers, fame, separate cities, long shot, unread messages, and eventually silence. Not because they stopped caring, but because they didn't know how to hold on. Jungkook stares at his reflection now. Eyes tired. He reached into the drawer by his bed, pulled out an old photo. Him and Dong, arms thrown around each other. Young, laughing, messy. Back when everything was simple, before ego, before distance, before Jungkook started pretending like he didn't care. You don't like seeing my face anyway. No, Taeyong, I love your face before the world even know your name. He swallowed the lump in his throat and closed his eyes, letting his tear roll down. Jungkook softly. I thought letting you go would hurt less than losing you slowly. But now there he was, lost anyway. Dong was in his apartment when he heard a knock. The knock was soft, not hurried, not angry, just hesitant. Dong glanced at the clock. It was nearly midnight. He walked barefoot to the door, hair still wet from the shower, wearing a loose hoodie that slipped off his shoulder. When he opened it, Jungkook stood there, hand in his pocket, eyes tired. Dong was surprised, but he didn't say anything, just stepped aside. Silently, Jungkook walked in slowly. The apartment was warm. It smelled faintly like vanilla and sandalwood, like Dong. No words. For the full minute, they stood in the middle of the living room. Two people, too used to speak a language only they understood. Now, unsure how to start, Jungkook finally looked up. Jungkook softly. I didn't know where else to go. Dong's expression didn't shift, but something flickered in his eyes. No anger, no surprise, just something like hope burning under years of distance. Jungkook, my mom, she asked about you. Dong exhaled sharply. She still makes that sewage soup. Hate you? Jungkook smiled, just barely. She makes two now, one with mushroom, she said. In case Dong come over again, Tong looked away, suddenly blinking a little faster, chest going heavy to hold back his tears. They are having dinner tomorrow night. Everyone is coming. Tong's heart beat faster, and I know you might have work or plans, or maybe you just don't want to see me. His voice broken, but he cleared his throat. But if you are free, come home just for dinner. The silence was followed that heavier than anything Jungkook had ever said or suggested. Tong finally softly, you still live with them at home? Jungkook looked at him. It was never home after you left. Tong's eyes dropped, a shaky breath escaping his lips, and for the first time in a while, felt like a lifetime. No cameras, no runway lights, no sarcasm. They stood there, two hearts still beating for each other. Jungkook turned it toward the door. No pressure, just if you feel like to remembering what we used to be, we will be there. I will be there. He left without waiting for the answer, didn't look back, and Tong stood in the middle of the silent apartment, heart loud, eyes glossy, holding on to the one word he hadn't heard in years. Home. After Jungkook left, he left his apartment, is dead, silent. It was something deeper, something that made Tong stand in the doorway for a full minute, just staring down at the empty hallway outside his apartment. Then, without realizing, thinking, he left the door open, not wide, just enough for the certain someone to walk in. If he turned it back, if he remembered it, if his heart pulled under that harder that his pride. Tong turned off the light and lit a single candle in the corner. He pulled the blanket on his body and lay down facing the door. He didn't cry, didn't speak, didn't even let himself hope too hard. He just waited. The hallway high light poured into the apartment in a soft line across the floor. His phone buzzed twice with endless notification. His mind buzzed louder with memories. Cook falling asleep on his exact couch, head in Dong's lap. Jungkook brushing his teeth in Dong's bathroom, complaining about the taste of the strawberry toothpaste. Jungkook laughing, Jungkook loving. Dong finger colored into the blanket as his eyes grew heavier. Still, the door stayed open, just in case. The clock turned to 4:43 a.m. Jungkook hadn't even made it halfway to his home. He really tried to walk away, but the echo of Dong's voice, the softness in his eyes, the open silence between them, it followed him like a shadow. He took the long way back. No driver, no phone, just the cold night air. And the weight of his chest grew heavier with each step, and when he reached the door, it was still open, just like before. Back when Tong used to leave it open later, late night argument. Back when Jungkook would always return, mumbling, I'm sorry, as he crawled under the blanket beside him. Now, Jungkook stepped inside slowly. There, on the couch, Tong, fast asleep, curled under the thin blanket, his lips slightly parted, breathing softly, facing the door, still waiting. Jungkook stood there for a long moment, heart aching. Then slowly, quietly, he moved closer. He knelt beside the couch, brushing a fallen strands of hair from Tong's forehead. Jungkook whispering soft, you still sleep, facing the door? Tong didn't stir, but his finger twitched slightly in the blanket, as if even in sleep he felt him there. Jungkook looked around. The same cushion, same candle, everything the same, except for the time they lost. He gently pulled the blanket over Tong's shoulder, tucking him in. Then, with a breath he didn't realize he was holding, Jungkook leaned down and pressed a soft kiss on Tong's temple. No word, no noise, no, just warmth. And then he sat down beside the couch, back to the armset, knees pulled up to his his chest. He didn't wake Taeyong, didn't say anything more, just stayed there. Because this time he didn't want to leave again. The John house was alive with chatter, laughter, and the clicking of dishes. The long dining table was set beautifully. Warm light over it, three generations of Jungkook's family already seated. Plates filled. Home looks like a complete chaos. But Jungkook, he sat with his finger rapping nervously on the tablecloth. His eyes went, kept flicking to the door. Grandma John leaning in. He is not coming, is he? Jungkook softly. I don't know. His mother offered it, a small, understanding smile. He used to love machapachi, remember? He used to eat straight from the pan before it hit the table. Everyone laughed. Then they quieted, and the memories of past hunted them. Then a knock. Everyone turned to the door. Shankar stood immediately, his heart was racing. He reached for the door slowly, hesitantly, and opened it. Taeyong was standing there, wearing a simple black turtleneck, long coat, hair brushed neatly. No camera, no attitude, just him. His eyes met Jungkook's. I hope I am not late. Jungkook exhaled, almost like he hadn't been breathing till now. No, you are not. You are just on right time. Taeyong stares at him. Am I? He wasn't asking for the dinner, and today he was preparing something else, and Jungkook knows it. Jungkook, yes, you are. Please come inside. Inside the house, everyone stared for the second too long. But then Grandma John stood up, smiling. Grandpa, well, look what the cat dragged in. You better still like chapachi, or your seed going to bed. Laughter echoed the whole house. Taeyong smiled and bowed politely. I will fight your dog for chapachi, sir. The family laughed again. And just like that, it was okay. Taeyong took the empty seat beside Jungkook, the same one he used to sit in years ago. Their knees brushed under the table. Neither pulled away. Throughout the meal, Taeyong was quieter than before. No wild teasing, no shouts. But his smile was real, his laughter gentle, his gaze kept drifting to Jungkook, who watched him like he couldn't believe he was real again. It was happening after years. It doesn't feel like last time they enjoyed family dinner, but it's somehow close to that. At one point, Jungkook leaned in slightly and whispered, "Thank you for coming." Taeyong, without looking at him, "Thank you for inviting me." Jungkook eyes softened as his fingers twitched against the napkin, wanting to reach for Taeyong's hand, but not it. Not this soon. Later that night, everyone had said their goodbye. Everyone said goodbye to Taeyong. Jungkook walked Taeyong to the gate. They stood there under the porch light. Taeyong, they missed me that much. I didn't know. Jungkook, they never stopped. A buzz. Jungkook, purely a whisper. I never did either. Taeyong's breath issued, but he didn't reply. He just leaned forward, gently pressing his forehead against Jungkook's for a moment. Soft, warm, close, then stepped back, smiling faintly. Good night, Jungkook. And he walked away, but not out of reach, not this time. Jungkook trying to reach closer. Let me drop you home. Taeyong smiles, knowing why he was saying that. I brought my car. He showed Jungkook his keys. Jungkook, oh, I'll ask the driver to drop your car tomorrow by your home. Taeyong, Jungkook, there's nothing to say. He is out of word. Jungkook tilted his head, eyes bleeding. Please let me. Taeyong pressed his lips together, sighing. Okay. Jungkook was happy and wanted to smile while driving, but he held it back. Once they reached Taeyong's apartment, Jungkook stopped the car and Taeyong got out of first. Taeyong, thank you for dropping me home. Jungkook, yeah. He should have said something else, but he doesn't know what. Taeyong, bye Jungkook, go home. Safe? Jungkook nodded, waving. He doesn't want Taeyong to go, but Taeyong is already walking toward the entrance. Then he tried to think about something. Looking around, he found Tong's coat on the back seat. He quickly got out of and opened the back door, pulled out the jacket and called it for Tong, which who turned it back in filmy style, hair waving, lips parting, frown, fit smile on his face. Jungkook, you forgot this. He extended the jacket. Thong looked at the jacket and then at Jungkook. He nodded and walked towards Jungkook again and was about to take the jacket, but Jungkook snatched it back. Thong frowned. Jungkook circled the jacket around Thong's shoulder, putting it neatly around his shoulder while walking a step closer to him. Now they were standing too close. Jungkook breathed close to Thong's cheek, and Thong, well, his heart was thudding louder than it was ever. He closed his eyes when Jungkook whispered, "See you at next Tuesday." That was the first time in a long while Jungkook used his name "they" for him. It made his body to shake like a leaf, and his eyes got closer. Jungkook didn't let him finish, as he shushed Thong with his finger. Feeling the softness of those lips years later is a different kind of fire igniting inside him. Thong's hand extended to grab Jungkook's wrist for support as he opened his eyes. Watching Jungkook so close to him made his breath shake. Jungkook placed his finger with his thumb, caressing Thong's lip, little harsh, on which Thong closed his eyes again, feeling the burning touch on his lip again. "You said," he leaned closer to Thong's ear, "I don't like seeing your face." He whispered those words as if he doesn't want to hear it, but he grabbed Thong's wrist, which was holding his moment ago. "You are not aware what havoc you have caused by entering in my life again, my precious petal." Thong took a shaky breath as he was hearing that word petal after years. "And now, you don't know how much." He took back of Thong's palm near his lips. "I yearned to see your face every day." Thong closed his eyes shut, letting his tears fall freely, as Jungkook's also felt like a river. He didn't hide them anymore. He couldn't. Never say, "I don't want to see your face." His lips coasted over Thong's palm. "If it was in my hand, I would have kept you locked with me. I would have let you slip away, and I am still desire to keep you with me." Jungkook's lips lingered over back of Thong's shaking palm, but he slowly let go, looking at Thong, who was standing there crying. He walked a step away, and then another, and then more step back. "Jungkook," Thong called, but Jungkook still looked a step back. "If I keep watching you here, I might kiss you and wouldn't be able to hold on. I'm sorry, I need to leave." With that, he turned fast, walked to the car, and started it without looking back, wanted away. Thong stood there, watching him drive away. "You didn't give me a chance again to say anything, Jungkook. I could have." He shook his head, wiping his tears, runs toward the elevator, because right now he need to get to his bed and cry harder. Location: Celine Paris Studio. 2 weeks later. It was the campaign everyone had been waiting for. Celine's Eclipse line. A bold, intimate winter shoot meant to show vulnerability, closeness, and desire. The only thing more anticipating than the line was the pairing, John Jungkook and Kim Dong. The studio was buzzed with energy, stylish, running, light being adjusted, everyone whispering like something huge was about to happen. And then Dong walked in, black silk shirt, hair swept back, skin glowing under warm studio light, calm, confident, but eyes searching. He found Jungkook standing by the monitor, already dressed in a matching suit, sharp, still, until Dong smiled at him. Then his expression softened, no smirk, no glare, just two people quietly glad to see each other again. Director clapping. "Let's start with position A, back to back. Turn slowly on 3. They stepped onto the wide stage floor, heels echoing, and the moment their back touched, they turned it on the director's count. Faced each other, the lens clicking once, twice, and then the crew went still because they weren't posing, they were looking like two people who remembered every version of each other and just this one. Director murmuring to the assistant, "Don't say anything, just let them go." Thong stepped closer, Jungkook's hand lifted, fingers brushing the side of his jaw. Click. Thong leaned forward, forehead almost touching Jungkook's. Both of them eyes half closed, lips parted just barely. Click. They moved like a dance, only they knew. No one gave them direction. They didn't need them because this wasn't acting, this was remembering, this was forgiving, this was beginning again. After an hour, the crew opened softly as the light dimmed. No one said it out loud, but everyone felt it. They were watching models, they were watching a love story come home. Thong was buttoning up his coat. Jungkook walked over, smile on his face. "You didn't tease me once today?" Thong shrugging casually. "Didn't have to. You finally saw me." Jungkook, "I always did. I just couldn't admit it until now." A buzz. Thong looked down. "You know I tried so much to keep my distance. But then you standing there reminded me of our old time and I couldn't think anything else. Then winning you back, wanting you back, needing you back." He looked with a heavy breath, eyes glossy. "It's like you are the air I needed and badly need." He closed his eyes, letting his tears fall. Then he felt a hand on his shoulder, turning him. "Please, leave it. This still means nothing to you." Thong didn't open his eyes, but he knows. He is facing Jungkook. "I'm already on the edge. Jungkook, don't do this to me." Jungkook said nothing, just wiped his cheek. "Please, please leave. Please, I request you." He hid his face with his palm, sobbing. Then he felt two hands removing his, trying to see his face, and then he felt a pedo-like kiss on his cheek, right where his tears were slipping. "Don't do this, Jungkook. Please." He pleaded, still not opening his eyes. "Jungkook, look at me, please." Thong slowly opened his teary eyes, looking directly into Jungkook's. "I need you back, please." Thong searched in his eyes. If he is lying, but there was no lie. Then he leaned and pressed his lips on Jungkook's. No hesitation, no fear, no, not soft, not unsure, but hungry, like a man tasting his favorite food after decades. Like every kiss they didn't need to have was beginning to happen right now. Their mouths collided, clumsy, desperate. Thong hand fisted onto Jungkook's shirt, pulling him closer, until not even the air fit between them. Thong moaned softly into his mouth, like the sound had been kicked for years. Jungkook's eyes finally let his tears fall, hands slid up to his neck, thumb caressing his jawline as if mapping out the face. He still dreamed about the kiss deepening, slow, then sharp, tongue brushing in a rhythm they never forgot. Thong gasped against him, whispering, "You are shaking." Jungkook's voice breaking. "Because I'm scared. If I let go, you will leave again." Thong, "Then don't. Not this time." Their forehead touched, breaths mingling, lips sullen, Thong's thumb brushing the corner of Jungkook's mouth, and he leaned in again, slower. This time, the second kiss was different. Not fire, not touching, but desperation, but promise. A silent apology, a vow without needing to say a word, and in that moment, under studio light and history, they could never outturn. They weren't idols, models, or a broken boy from yesterday. They were just Jungkook and Thong, finally kissing like they meant to all along.